in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought?
Well, there might be a few rational thoughts today. Hi, this is your host, Doug Crow. Welcome to the Author Your Brand Show. And don't forget to click subscribe down below. We've got some goodies for you here. If you subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, it doesn't matter. Go there, subscribe, and people who subscribe get some special things. Like the contest we're running in October, giving away a free iPhone 13, hello, with the maximum memory. A couple of Kindle Fires, so you can watch your best shows there or read some of these great books or play a game. And we're also giving away about $8,000 of PR for a bunch of people as well. So make sure you enter that contest. Look for details below in our show notes. Today, I'm going to go guestless. No guest today. It's going to be just me yapping for a few minutes, so it'll be a much shorter show. But it starts off with a story, and the story is very relevant to people who are authors, people who want to become authors, or people who are just flirting with the idea of becoming an author. And the story goes something like this. It's a parable from a while ago. You may have heard it, but it bears repeating it. So there's an elephant and a dog who both became pregnant at the same time. 3 months down the road, the dog gave birth to 6 puppies. 6 months later, the dog was pregnant again. And 9 months later, it gave birth to a dozen more puppies. And the pattern continued. On the 18th month, the dog approached the elephant questioning, "Are you sure you're pregnant? We've become pregnant on the same date. I've given birth 3 times to a dozen puppies. They're all grown to be big dogs now, and yet you're still pregnant. What's going on here?" The elephant, slow to respond, said, "Well, there's something I want you to understand. What I'm carrying is not a puppy, but an elephant. I only give birth to 1 in 2 years. My baby hits the ground, the earth feels it. And when my baby crosses the road, human beings stop and watch in admiration. What I'm carrying draws attention. What I'm carrying is mighty and great. So when it comes to you and your book, don't lose faith when you see others achieving their success, when you see them, publishing, becoming bestsellers, and may have started later in life than you or earlier, doesn't really matter. Don't be envious of others' results. If you haven't received the success you dream about, think about, do not despair. Say to yourself, my time is coming, and when it hits the surface of the earth, the people shall rejoice or yield in admiration. And I often tell my clients, creating a book is a lot like making sausage. Sorry, vegans. But it's violent. It's messy. It's not pretty to watch, right? You're writing and editing and writing. It's a really it's a salad of words. But at the very end of the day, that salad, that sausage, can taste very, very good. Matter of fact, it's quite good when you've got the right editing team and people working with you. So don't despair. Be an elephant. Don't worry about being a puppy and being rapid and getting things all done. That's my point today. And it also reminds me of other stories with authors that we've worked with. People often ask me, how long does it take to create a book, Doug? And, it's up to you. There are plenty of books that get done in record time, and those that take many months or even years to fully, come onto their own, whether they're birthed or whether you see them grow up. Because when a book is birthed, when it's launched, sometimes sometimes it is a success right away, and other times it takes time to get momentum, to pick up speed, to get people to recognize it and appreciate it. I read a blog post recently from a fellow publisher, marketer, a friend of mine, Tim Grahl. He wrote about the man who wrote The One Thing, New York Times best-selling book. Very popular book, and quite frankly, it's quite good. So I recommend it. It's called The One Thing. And he told the story that when this author launched his book, he had a decent launch. He had some success and some book sales and some notoriety. And then, of course, after launch, it went down to, nothing. But he was a wise author because he actually read his own book. And he decided to do one thing and do one thing really, really well. And that is to commit to doing a media interview every single day. Now, he committed to an interview every single day. I do not know if he actually achieved that, but that wasn't the point. The point was he committed to doing an interview a day, podcast, radio, TV, magazine, speaking, whatever it was. He was going to get his message out, whether it was 15 minutes or a full day, didn't matter. He committed to making a difference, to making an impact, to touching one live, to having one set of ears listen to him, or one person read his book, or one host talk about his message. Didn't matter. So if he did that and committed to that every single day, how long did it go from obscurity to a New York Times bestseller? The answer, was it 3 months? Was it 6 months? Was it a year? Folks, the answer is it didn't matter, because that wasn't the exercise, right? The exercise wasn't, when do I hit my peak? The point of the story, that took him a few years, okay? The point of the story was he committed to doing one thing well on a consistent basis, because he recognized a book's success is not determined by hitting a list one day or 1 week, because those accolades are fleeting. They come and they go. We do it with our own authors. We have at this point, over 280, I think, 277. A lot of people have become #1 best-selling authors with our program. And they are best-selling authors for that day or that week. And then they're not. Then it's up to them or us or whoever they're going to use to campaign their message and make sure that it continues on and achieves the success that they see. And success, it's not determined by speed or by a day in the life of your business. It's determined by the impact that you make on a consistent basis over the weeks, months, and years that you are continuing to put your message out there. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about creating your book, marketing your book, positioning your message, whatever it is. It's a marathon. It's a long game. Be the elephant, okay? It may take you months or a year and a half to birth your book. It's okay. Elephants have a longer lifespan than dogs too. Don't forget that. So when it comes to creating, be patient. When it comes to marketing, be consistent. And when you combine patience with persistence, you'll achieve success, whether in anything really, when it comes to books or even, anything else you're setting your sights on. So that's my 2 minutes of wisdom for the day. And I hope you enjoyed that and can use it at some point. The story is below in the show notes if you want to copy it, paste it, and share it. It's a parable. I don't even know who wrote it, but it's a good one. And don't forget to enter our contest at authorbrand.com. We're giving away that free iPhone, couple of Kindle Fires, and thousands of dollars worth of free PR to help you campaign your message as an author or even as a speaker. Or if you don't have a book, you can still win one of those free $500 public relation packages. It includes not just a press release, but we syndicate it to over 200 different news outlets around the country and around the world. So it's a good thing to win if you do it. And the only way to win is to enter the contest. So this is Doug Crow from the Author Brand Show. Hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.